Okay, so I watched this game back finally, for the first time. I didn't even like watch it before, but my consensus honestly is if they played this map like 10 times, LA Thieves probably win at least 8 or 9 out of those 10 times. Vancouver played a very good game, but something I noticed when it came to LA Thieves is they were just doing a lot of scams that they usually don't do on this map. Like they weren't ensuring P4 rotations like they usually do. Um, they were kind of playing with like a bit of panic. Like it's almost like they're overcompensating for the fact they're losing. They're not used to like being in a losing position on this map, especially at the beginning of the game where the leads start getting out of control. So like you saw, there are a lot of situations playing pretty frantic. They're not like they usually they play this map pretty controlled, a lot of pre-aims, a lot of tight setups, but Vancouver just found a way to outdo them, and we're just gonna go through some of them. This isn't gonna be an hour-long video. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to sort of go through some things just to like show you what I mean, you know. Um, so I'm gonna show you something off the break right here. So Vancouver knows because I mean, if you fucking do your homework, certain teams actually did their homework and other teams like did not. Vancouver knows LA Thieves always, whether they're spun on this side or this side, they're always playing for like the outside control. And a lot of teams, because LA Thieves does not fucking lose this map, have not had a lot of success. Atlanta FaZe have had some success with like MC, Draza, and Simp all outer hedges. Like they have like been able to find some initial control off of there, but for the most part, most teams do not. And a lot of teams like throw multiple people out here, but Vancouver's strategy was different. They said we're gonna take control of the inside and then work the outside from there. So we're gonna take inner control and then punish like the outer people from inner because they're going to be putting most of their resources to outer. And you can even see how Neptune runs right up the fucking map here, gets a kill, instantly is able to start like pinching like that area. So you're going to even see how this plays out. So I thought this was like a pretty neat approach for Vancouver, and you could tell they actually did their homework. Like this is the stuff that fucking coaches do. This is definitely something Rambo had some input in. I would assume with everybody else, definitely something that they knew they're going to get, especially in the vetoes. You know what side you're spawning on, you know what the other teams are going to do. Yeah, but you could see right here, basically playing like 3 guys inside. They're not really focusing on the outside. Like obviously, I have like a booza on the hedges. Good things on hedges because you know like the aim assist completely fucking goes away whenever you're shooting on hedges. So it's probably like the best spot he could be. And then you have Nasty, who's inner, also watching outer, like these like stairs right here, but he's inner. But most of their intent is indoors, and it's not just for like the hail, but it's because they know most of LAD is gonna be on the outside. They're gonna take control of inner and then fucking punish outer from inner. So you can even see like they get rid of Envoy in 2 seconds. And you can easily see Neptune right now out the door already punishing these guys. And now like Abuza is now going to get freed up because now he has a person pushed up here. You're going to see how Vancouver's able like to take control off of this. And then now like they get like the last guy. It doesn't even matter like that Neptune died there, by the way. But in a perfect world, like he actually gets a kill, but he just fucking hopped out like a maniac. But they get like the trades because the fact that Neptune was able to push up and put immediate pressure, LA Thieves couldn't really go anywhere. And then you could see they basically trap him in there, and after they get 3 guys, the rest of them just go to push, and now they know they have LA Thieves right where they want them. So you're even going to see after they get these kills, they're able to read like the splits, but they still have them trapped on this side, and you're going to see on multiple P1s how Abuza is always like controlling like this area. He's always playing for spawners because like the way Vancouver is set up on most of their P1s, they like made LA Thieves like spawn in here. And Abuza's always playing cutoffs. Granted, it's a little bit different when you're coming off a P5 rotation. There's going to be people there anyway. But just the way Vancouver set up, just to like trap him on this side, I thought it was like very interesting. Not going to say it's like the best way, but it's definitely a way, and it actually did work for them. Like basically almost like force him to either go around, go through ticket, go through here. I think what Vancouver is kind of going for on most of their P1s was like to try not to like allow them to even like have an opportunity like to go for out of control, like unless they actually like fought through for it. But we're gonna see how that plays out. But Vancouver like still pretty much had control going into P2, and yeah, I'm just gonna like skip and show you like the key points. Not gonna go through like every little set. Probably will go through like most of the game, but there is like some dead time in here for sure. So we're gonna pick it back up around here. So like these have control of like P3, but I just want to talk about how instrumental Neptune was in multiple occasions, not just this map, but just in general, to like getting Vancouver out. It's like the way he plays that like Hixie just does not have in his bag, and this is why like Neptune's like such a big player. There's like so many times where they could have been trapped, and like Neptune was just able to find gaps. You could see number 8, but granted, you could also say this is on LA Thieves as well, because like I talked about at the beginning of the video, they didn't really do a good job like holding Vancouver out of this to like trap them. Usually they're very good at just trapping teams in the back and then chaining P4, but I mean they just didn't have it this time, and you're gonna even see Neptune. So 04 is already there, so they're already occupied, and 04 went back up, so they're not expecting anyone to be there. So this is just heads up from Neptune. Neptune goes right where 04 just died, right in the window, is able to sneak by. No one is looking because they're turning away. So I actually thought it was a pretty heads up play. Like he's like, oh shit, no one's here. Sneaks right in, pinches one. All of a sudden he goes to fuck turn around. Almost like, wait, what the hell? He's there, and then boom. And also scrap up top on multiple times on this P3. Did not do a good job holding this top Esky spot. Definitely would have expected better from him in like these scenarios. But like you're gonna see what I'm really talking about LA Thieves not being able to hold this P3 going into P4 because they're not used to being down, so it kind of felt like they're overcompensating, like playing for time when they should have just saw the big picture. Most good teams could like see the big picture and go, okay, we could give them this time, but like one good P4 hold and it's pretty much an even game, and then on P5 we could easily get back in it. Like a lot of good teams like think like that, like yeah, just let them have the time. Let's not go for that time and sacrifice the real money hill and get into a deeper hole. But LA Thieves gone to a deeper hole, and I think this was like the catalyst of them losing, because later in the game they kind of gained control of their bearings and start making a comeback. But yeah, it was just too late by then because Vancouver already accumulated a lot of points. So you're gonna see there's 20 seconds left. I don't mind like one guy hitting that shit, but I think at this point, like a number 4, like the second number 4 saw that like his team was not, like he should have been the guy going off spawn to like go back up top and just like control top, just fuck patrolling, just backing up, making sure his team still spawns in the back. That's what he needed like to do, because I think everybody already knows about like this kind of spawn. Like when, so like if you're the LA Thieves team and you're pushed up on like this side where you're not controlling the top, you're pushed up, and a person on your team is in the back side. If you're not like all the way far back, like they're gonna get that P1 spawn. And number 5 recognizes he got the P1 spawn, so that can only mean one thing. There's still a guy in this top area. He sits there, he waits for him. All of a sudden, all of Vancouver's spawning out there because Ghosty didn't just back up and ensure those spawns. And this is where LA Thieves like gone to like a hellhole at this point. Fuck, Neptune got terrible fucking timing there, but I love things like this. So all Neptune had to do in that scenario was get a kill anyway. Like let's say Neptune dies and he doesn't get any kills, then LA Thieves is probably just gonna like fly Phew, bless me. It's probably just gonna fly right at this hill, but you're gonna see. I love how in a scenario like this, because this is all you gotta do. Right now, it's like a 3v3 to break this hill and to hold this hill. Like I said multiple times, there's many games of team deathmatch in hardpoint when it comes to holding hills and like initial hill breaks when like the time starts. And this is one of those scenarios. It's a 3v3, so it's like pretty much in the favor of the team holding the hill, which is Vancouver. So all they need to do is play guarantees. Like they just need to make sure that they get one kill, and this is guarantees to the max. You got number 6, who is literally backed by the soccer nets, and fucking Abuza, dude, at this tournament at Champs, dude, he showed me he deserves to be recognized like an A tier AR minimum. Like he is actually a top AR in the league. I watched this guy do so much crazy shit this weekend, win so many big gunfights, make so many good plays that go unnoticed unless you're actually watching his arrow. And I think Abuza is definitely a person that deserves his flower. Like, dude, top of the line AR, man. Like, top of the line AR. So you can see right here, he's back at like the soccer nets blocking this. He's like basically on P2 blocking, because last thing you want on P4 is for shit to get frantic. So you want to ensure as much normality as possible. So that's basically what he's doing. He has number 7 already pushed up. So he needs to block this, because if he's not blocking, well, let's say he's pushed up, there's going to be splits, and now things get chaotic. But him blocking this ensures that LA Thieves are going to like spawn in here. One guy may get like a deeper spawn maybe. But yeah, it just ensures all of LA Thieves spawns on this side. So in a scenario like this, they're playing guarantees. Neptune did his job. He got 1 kill. All Surge has to do is basically get 1 kill, and it basically ensures control of like this whole entire hill. And that's what Nasty does. He's playing a guaranteed. He's just prone. Gets 1 kill. That's all he needed to do. And then by the time he spawns up, Neptune has the cross. I thought Scrap should have at least tried to like cross, honestly, right here. But I think he was like too scared. But Neptune has the cross. It's like everyone is always picking up crosses, ensuring kills. LA Thieves couldn't really break this at all. I thought this was class out of Vancouver. Like, P4 is not that hard of a hill to hold. You just need to like make sure you don't get outnumbered, and if you do get outnumbered, you're playing as close to the cross as possible, because when the other team has advantages in lives, they're gonna try to just slide across on the hill. So just ensuring the cross is fucking maintained, getting kills up top to like keep pressure and sort of keep control up top, because top control is very important on P4. It actually dictates a lot. Basically, whoever has control of like this top usually thrives on P4, unless your team's just like not on the hill. But and I love how 04 was also getting proactive. Like, he was able to like read when the right time is to push. Like, usually I don't condone anyone to like, if you're on P4, just sit the fuck down, don't die, because if you die, all of a sudden it leaves a gap open, because now someone has to fly on the hill, leaves an angle open for the other team to fly. But he realized this was like the perfect time. Nasty's taking people on the cross, and 04 realizes no one's gonna predict him peeking, especially when motherfuckers are being tagged on the cross like this. So he chose like the perfect time to peek out, and I thought that was great out of him. And you could even see now Nasty comes to help him. Even though like he doesn't get the kills, it really doesn't matter. But Vancouver able to hold this. You see Abuza get these kills, and Neptune pops 1, gets the trade on the car, gets that trade, and they basically out trade. I thought that was just great from Vancouver, just constantly guaranteeing kills, so LA Thieves didn't have any sort of advantage to try to flood and break that hill. Playing crosses, LA Thieves could barely cross by. Whenever they did cross up, they doubled up on the hill. Great stuff. And the guy on the hill knew when to get proactive. And this is when LA Thieves sort of bounced back a bit on this P5. I might have trust and go through this P5. I actually might lead this, to be honest. Actually, you know what? I'm actually trying to highlight LA Thieves a bit. I'll just like actually let this one go. And I love this play out of Hydra here. So like he realizes Vancouver's getting some kills. Like they just gotta get off the hill. They're probably gonna use this as a time to try to force a break on the hill. Hydra goes on an instant pinch. No one's able to read it, and he pops fucking two. Great play out of Hydra. There's a lot of times I don't really like when players like go on like pinches like that. I was like, dude, you could just like hold that angle and probably just pop the exact same two piece. But scenarios like that, it actually works out. So that's good for them. And you can see where Abuza is. So like back on like this P1, playing like this side, went all the way in the back to ensure that he got that spawn. You're gonna see how he like controls this area. So he gets Envoy all the way down there, which is great out of him. I thought, okay, so this is where, that's why I thought LA Thieves actually like scammed this shit. I forgot. Very uncharacteristic at LA Thieves here. So LA Thieves get two down right here. So now they know there's like two guys up, but they're going to be on either or side. They don't really know where they are. So like Scrap kind of over peaks in here. I thought if anything, just play guarantees on the outside. Have Envoy like hop on the hill from inner and just hold an angle that like forces Vancouver to like try to break the hill. You know, that's what I would have preferred, but they're just trying so hard to like force things when like that was like a scenario where like they definitely could have just let the game come to them. And that's a lot of teams have like issues with, like fucking Atlanta FaZe, dude. They have a hard time allowing the game to come to them, even in situations of pressure when like you're down. You could still get control and force the game to come to you, and you could see like a tide shift of momentum when the other team has to work harder. But when you're in a position where you're down and you're still forcing things, it eases the mental and the game on the other team, because the other team's gonna be like, okay, they're still scamming, like we don't have to work too hard to like maintain this win, you know. But you can see Abuza once again. So talked about Vancouver, they didn't want LA Thieves to even like have any hope of like fighting for this outside, like by spawning close to it. They wanted them to work for it from this side of the map. So this is basically what I was talking about when it came to Vancouver. They basically wanted all of LA Thieves to spawn on this side to like force them to either go through here, go through here, go through there. But Abuza was always here, pretty much on like every P1 that he could be. And I actually like the way Vancouver played this, because it's a very interesting way. You don't see a lot of teams actually execute this properly. Like a lot of teams like just like block the back, have the team spawning deep, and they just like play for them to come up here and come up here, which is nothing wrong with, by the way. Nothing wrong with that, either or. But I thought this was an interesting approach to hardpoint on red card. I think it's because they knew how much of a threat a team like LA Thieves is when they're fighting for this outside. So let's not even give them the opportunity. Like, let's make them try to break this side from a side they're not even used to breaking from. And you could even see, because LA Thieves thrives on this map a lot when they're playing like tight and like their super setups with ARs pre-aiming. Like you even saw it against Atlanta FaZe, and now they're just like very uncomfortable in scenarios like this. But now you can see like that side opens up now. But yeah, but LA Thieves is really fucking fighting from behind here. That's all I gotta say. So now we're gonna skip to like the next like a notable part here. Oh, actually, I want to talk a bit about Vancouver right here. Because this is something a lot of teams struggle on. So this is a time where LA Thieves could have put this fucking game to bed right here. So you're gonna see it in a second here. So they get 1, 2, they get 3, and they're gonna get 4. So they have all 4 down. And something Vancouver's very good at all the time is, actually, no, it's actually Optic, but like Vancouver's a team I've seen do this. Like, you really watch them do it on P4, like blocking spawns, making sure all of a team spawns on one side. In a scenario like this, I think they got a bit too overconfident. They're up 166 to 81. They're just thinking, run at them, run at them. This is where they needed some discipline. This is where they needed some leadership. This is where they needed one guy to just be like, somebody run back, block the spawn, control top mid so we could keep him in the back. They could have kept LA Thieves in the back and made LA Thieves really scrap to fight out of the back just like you saw LA Thieves do multiple times. Like, you guys saw like the one thing I made, and I think even like JP made some about it, how like LA Thieves had fucking Atlanta FaZe like spawning like fucking in here on P2 because they had a guy hard blocking the back, they had a guy top mid, a guy on the hill, and a guy outer. So they are literally blocking everything, and Atlanta FaZe was literally spawning in a hellhole back there. And Vancouver had an opportunity. Like, this game should have never been as close as it should have been if right here they just had a little bit of discipline. Somebody just needs to run back. At this point, be number 5 because he's like the furthest one back. It's not going to be Neptune because Neptune's like the most aggressive. But in a scenario like this, either Nasty, I'd prefer probably 04 because he's already like probably like in the closest position. But either Nasty or 04, gotta back up. Somebody got to go block that back spawn. You're going to see how now they could have honestly even they could have hit 190 at least from just making all of LA Thieves spawn back here and LA Thieves having to fight out because LA Thieves would now have to go like, hey, we got to get out of this. Like, we have to break the hill and we also have to get out as well. So yeah, like all they had to do, just a little bit of discipline. Someone go block the back spawn. Next thing you know, they're up 200. And the game's pretty much over. LA Thieves probably doesn't make it as close as they did, but LA Thieves made it close. And I thought this was like the reason for it right here, because this should have been like a way deeper lead. And I think a lot of teams struggle with this. Like their prime Atlanta FaZe right here, just, you know, you have a perfect scenario to just hold a hill, and you just get way too, like, there is such thing as getting too aggressive. Like, all someone has to do is just run back there. Like 04, just run back there and block the spawn. And like, even like they're saying block. Look, and you can even hear. I'm actually gonna turn this up so you can hear it. Something I found funny about that, 04 was like, I hear you. I'm pretty sure it was him. Hold on. Wait, was it him? I hear you. Motherfucker means run back! Run backwards! That's what that means. You're not blocking, brother. You're just holding the fucking patio. You're just holding hedges. Run back and block. Neptune is screaming. Block. Because he's fucking running up, dude. Run back and block, brother. Like, run back and block. I can't even make the excuse of like, oh, he's new. He's only been playing for a year. Your teammate is screaming to block, which literally means run back. And I know they play this map enough times to know you can't just block just being there. You need to actually fucking run back to block. Like, you actually need to. Yeah, so just like a brain fart, and I think even though, like, what the fuck, Neptune probably watches back like, brother, why is this guy not blocking? But yeah, so funny. Block, like 8 times. I hear you. Does not block. Just proceeds to not block. Brother, man. My guy, man. Hopefully stuff like that comes with experience, you know? But like, he's pushed up, bro. All for us to do is run back, and fucking LA Thieves probably starts spawning there. He's pushing a bit too far, not gonna lie. This is like way too far. This is fucking way too far. I do have to say that, like, way too far. He could have just held like the doorway right here. That's all he had to do. Like, how many times do you fucking say block? Like, fucking 12 times? All Neptune has to do is just fucking stay right here. That's all he's got to do. He's going way too far. 04, just run back. He holds this. It's over. GG's, 40 points, 281. It's over. But this obviously like some novice gameplay. Obviously, it's still 3-0 anyway, but. And I don't want anyone coming to me with like the whole, oh, but they still won anyway. They still 3-0 them. Guys, you have to learn to build good habits. You need good habits mean consistent winning, consistent results. That's what good habits do. It's not, oh, they won anyway. They could have won even bigger. And winning even bigger, that makes confidence. That shows other people in the league you're a fucking top player because you could blow out fucking teams. Fucking winning hardpoint games 250 to 230 all the time. You know, it's good, but it isn't like impressive. You know, this is stuff that builds confidence. This is stuff that builds good habits, builds consistent results. Like, we could get in a position like this and the other team knows it's fucked, you know? But like, getting in scenarios like this and their team could easily break, you know, you just have to, like, it's all about building good habits. It's not, oh, they won anyway. I fucking hate that. I've always hated that. If anybody even says that, if I heard any coach say that, oh, we still won anyway, like, you're not a good coach. Like, build good habits. Even if Vancouver won this game, if I'm like their coach, I'm on the coaching staff, I'm still bringing this up. Like, okay, guys, in this scenario, we had 4 down. Neptune's calling out block. 0-4, brother. Just run back. Brother. Just run back and block. We go up 281. It's over. This game never gets close. Don't give these teams a chance to get back in the game. Learn to punish them. Build good habits in the brain. Build good, you know? It's what you got to do. So as you can see, they absolutely scam this shit. And LA Thieves is able to get out, and they don't get as much points as they probably should have. Like, LA Thieves shouldn't even have gotten 20, dude, to be honest. Or like 19, however much they got, who knows. I think it was 20. Yeah, but that's 20 points LA Thieves should have never got. LA Thieves had control here. They basically have pretty much the best setup you could possibly have. But you're going to see how Vancouver's able to break out of this. And I don't think LA Thieves should be allowing this to happen again. Granted, it is some bad timing from Hydra. Some really, really, really bad timing. So as you can see, Neptune being proactive has to work his way out. You're not going to work your way out from the front. Otherwise, they're just going to spawn kill you, trap you if you're constantly coming from here and there. So you have to work your way outside. So he just looks away. And then he goes for Nasty, who just goes up the stairs same time as Neptune coming through. You could also attribute that to good teamwork as well. But it's Scrap once again on doing a good job holding this top spot. Overcommitted a little bit too much. Like, he had a chance right here after this to back up, but he actually ran forward. And he put himself in a pretty bad spot, got stuck. Neptune gets the kill. And now they basically worked their way at the front because, like, now if you take a look at the guy on the hill now, so now if we're not paying attention to this, now the guy on the hill is looking at outside because number 4 does over there. So now he's paying attention to outside, so he has to choose between watching that and that. The guy walks right up the stairs, gets him. Now they double team like this guy who's just a Narnia. That guy should just backed up fucking once again. Like, the second his teammate died, he should just ran back again. Like, just run back. The second you get that spawn, just run back. Run back. Go, 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 go. But instead, he goes for a chow. Tries his best to relieve some pressure, but he probably would have been better off fucking just running away, whatever. But another P4 LA Thieves gives away. This one wasn't as clean from Vancouver, but clean enough to not allow LA Thieves to get back in the game as much. There was a gap open because usually you're supposed to be watching their short cross. Vancouver not watching it because like number 5 is just trying to play his life. But yeah, they're pretty much doubled up on the hill. Had no one watching the cross. He slid right on, but they actually ended up getting the trades anyway. But this one's a lot more chaotic. Hydra makes a great play right here. Sneaks by, gets that kill, hops up top, walks through to go spawn kill number 7. Like a Booza play a guarantee up top, that's great, but then he gets traded and he gets wallbang off the hill and they're able to get the rest of this time pretty much. But Vancouver's gonna set up for new. You're gonna see how they set up for new. So that was a great play from Hydra. I think that's the one that really opened it up there. That's a great kill from 0-4. That is insane. And I love how he backtracks to go deal with him. That's a great kill from him. And now they're all swarming the back because they want that side spawn. Abuza gets another cutoff kill. Hydra makes another play again. He's actually going to get Nasty as well. And he's basically the guy that opens it up. As Scrap gets that kill too. Actually, I forgot Envoy helped him, but that was a good break from LA Thieves. And this is where they start getting back in the game a little bit. But probably should have been over there. But I mean, not really much to criticize on that Vancouver break, to be honest. I mean, like they actually do get the kills. Like they do get the kills. Like Abuza gets that kill. He's already one shot. Hydra shows up. It's more on number 8 and number 5. I mean, I don't like the spot number 5 plays because they have no control of mid. So you'd be better off playing like the close camera on that side. That way you're not getting shot from the back and then that. Or number 8 just needs to go in there. But either way, you probably have an SMG anyway. So you need to be playing an angle where you're not going to get... Like, that's a free kill for anyone walking up there if you have an SMG. Like, you need to play behind, like, the cover there. Definitely should have done that. And he had fucking time, too. Like, right here, he could just hop right on that side and they could push that side. I think that's a little bit of a lack of awareness to not play that side. Instead, he's just in the open and he dies for free. When realistically, he could have been like right there. He could have been right there. They easily could have traded Scrap. If they trade Scrap, they probably turn and burn on number 3. And, you know, they probably get at least like... They probably contest us a bit more and make sure LA Thieves doesn't get control of it, but... This is where LA Thieves sort of bounces back a bit. Bro, that kill would have been insane, bro. Hold on, actually turn up the volume a little bit.
The comeback is in. It is real, and for Thieves, we'll go for the listen in.
Going for a listen in like this late. Hydra just started fucking turning up here. If you think about that last P2, this game actually should have been over. Game literally should have been long over. Here, wait, let me rewind that real quick. Because the game's literally about to be over. So, like, they knew, like, Neptune was, like, around here, but what they didn't expect from Neptune is to, like, cut close. Like, you can even see Hydra saying, I'm rushing this, but Neptune actually goes close. He's able to get the guy off the hill. Just once again, like, that was, like, one small kill, but take a look how it opened up. Take a look how it opened up the gap. Scrap also gets bad timing. He was, like, playing up top, and then he dropped down the ladder right when that guy came right at the bottom of the ladder. So he got terrible timing. Probably should have just stayed up there, and he probably could have played, like, the catwalk and had angles on mid. But... it is what it is. But I actually don't blame him for dropping down. You can only do so much on that catwalk up there. But I have seen people play like that catwalk pretty like successfully too. And I don't really like the route that 04 takes here. Like, they should just an extra route at this point. Should definitely be more direct with like trying to hit the hill. Like, I think he's just trying to get outer like control. But then the rest of his team just like dies, and it kind of makes what he's doing like pretty useless out there. Definitely probably should have just played close with the team. Like, they definitely could have, like, I was thinking they definitely could have had a guy go outer. Maybe you could have go up the Eskies and like go up top and like look out the window to like outer, and then have like 2 guys play ticket and a guy go right through the doors. That way you have the guy on the door stay right on the hill. 2 guys go through ticket. They can clear things out. Trade it. You have the guy outer to like get anyone that's outer. And you basically like get control of P1 and have like the P2 side. They're going to spawn back P3. But. Wait, like, so for those of you guys that didn't understand that. Let me use my marker. Like, a Booza right here. Neptune and Nasty here because 04 is already gone, I guess, and then 04 play up top and like look there. He looks there. These two attack ticket, bait and switch, at least trade one. Like Abuza has eyes on the hill. As he moves up and sees nobody, he could slide up to like the next heady, get control. Once they get ticket control, this guy on the hill is going to be tweaking. They could fucking double team him. No one on outer could help because 04 would be up top. You know, that type of shit. But yeah, this game's pretty much over at this point. But after seeing how close it is, like if LA Thieves does not troll those like P3s going into P4s, then I mean like they win. But Vancouver did play a very good game. I just want to commend actually Neptune here. He's the one that put the icing on the cake here. So like right off this spawn, there's 9 seconds on P1 going into P2. Look at the corner that he plays. So he plays this corner because he knows what LA Thieves likes to do and what a lot of teams like to do. They like to get like control of like the outer. Like a lot of teams like to spawn a midder. Most teams just play for outer control because outer control is pretty important to like getting them not to spawn here. It's something you don't have to worry about. Take it away. He plays like for Ghosty there. Plays for Ghosty. Gets the kill. Hops back up because he feels like he just like knows that there's going to be another person already like around this P2. So to avoid getting traded, climbs back up, plays his life. Abuza does some crazy shit too, and like this is one of the many clips of the weekend if you just watch Abuza. So Abuza's up top in like the window right now as well. So Abuza's looking for number 3, gets number 3. This is around the time Neptune gets that kill. Neptune knows there's a guy around here. And you see Abuza hop out, get the info on Hydra, hops around the pole, but does a 360 because he's fucking checking his corners as well. And then he just fucking shits on Scrap after flying out the window, just turns on him. And then you see Neptune like sliding in, throwing shoulders, not fully committing yet, using Abuza as Abuza's fucking shitting on someone to like fucking bait and switch. It's like he's baiting and switching with a person who's like not fully in that bait and switch yet. So the second Abuza hops out and the Hydra starts shooting at him, now Neptune thinks, okay, now I know where he is. Now he slides in but doesn't fully commit. Kind of goes back around the corner, waits for Abuza. That's just a great bait and switch. Like it looks so nice when you actually see the whole thing. Look. So Neptune gets the kill, hops up, Abuza hops out. And now Neptune goes back down. And now look, this guy's like, Hydra's literally going like, what the fuck? Like, you know, he's like tweaking. So I thought it was great plays out of Neptune. There are a lot of plays that Neptune made that like cost Vancouver a lot, but more times than not, I mean, more times than not, he's like there. He's like their X factor. Big plays from Neptune. But I still feel if you play that map like 10 times, LA Thieves probably don't lose. Probably don't lose more than like twice. They probably win at least 8 out of 10. But that's just my opinion. But I still thought Vancouver played it very well. Took advantage of a very flustered LA Thieves that has not been on par lately. So, I mean, that's just great for them. Great for them. Take a look at the final scoreboard. But yeah, that's my mini breakdown. Not hitting fucking 40 minutes, I don't think. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do like some S&D stuff. I have like some S tier. I mean, I'm gonna be ranking the teams after I get the full rosters. I'm gonna be ranking the teams in a tier list. You're not gonna want to miss that. I've been plotting that episode for a while because a lot of you guys don't know what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be so fucking interesting. And try not to skip to the end of the video. Watch the whole thing to build it up. But yeah, keep it locked. Subscribe for more, baby.